Again. Hello and welcome to another special. I say special, but we've had like about 12 of them today. Another special G.I. Joe. We're talking about Full Force Podcast, Newsburst Live. We've got Walmart CollectorCon reveals galore, and the phone is blowing up as it always does when these things happen. Thank you to everyone who's been sending me messages constantly. But yeah, I had to really get a lot of images sorted out in a very short period of time. So you can imagine this takes a little while I can't just literally click go live, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm sweaty and tired. Anyway, lots of amazing stuff to talk about on this one. I know, guys. Wow. So we knew that there was going to be a preview of sorts for Walmart CollectorCon today on the 12th. I didn't think they were going to reveal all the figures and then the links as well, which obviously are not activated yet. They'll say out of stock, but they actually go up on the something. They'll go up on whatever. Hang on. Anyway, let's get to the important stuff. We'll get to all that nitty gritty as we go, but let's get stuck in to some beautiful images, eh? Yes, indeed. An absolute glut of information today, but obviously Walmart CollectorCon did their little preview today and dropped the listings and full images and information for the 3 figures that are going up. By the way, no Shadow Tracker in sight. I did try to give you guys a little bit of a hint that we might not see Shadow Tracker today, or for the Walmart CollectorCon. So bear that in mind. I did try to say we might not do. The reason why was because, thank you, 18th, Adam. Thank you very much. The 18th, they'll go up. So like, basically, yeah, pre-orders are the 18th. They'll be live on the 18th. The listings are there. They've kind of put them up already with images, but they won't be in stock yet, not till the 18th. Now, what I was going to say was I did try and hint that we might not see Shadow Tracker just to try and help temper some expectations. But yeah, I mean, people were still saying, yeah, it's going to be Shadow Tracker. And we were kind of like trying to be like, yeah, it could be. But we knew that these 3 were on the deck. And also, did you like how I was kind of hinting at, I've got a theory about mole rats? Yeah, it's because I kind of knew a little bit. A little bit. I didn't know all the details, and this mole rat looks incredible. But we'll get into that anyway. Right then, starting off with Alley Viper, the Crimson Alley Viper. Now, we had also posited that it'd be a red and black repaint of the Alley Viper. And again, I tried to hint at that pretty hard. But, you know, if you feel like I'm hinting at stuff when we're talking about leaks, if you feel like, oh, Chris is leaning a little bit that way, trust it sometimes. You know what I mean? Just go like, oh, I see what's going on here. I'm not going to say it outright, but you might be able to read between the lines with some things. That's all I'll say on that one. So Crimson Alley Viper. This is actually so much cooler than I expected it to be. For one, I wasn't aware it was going to be called the Crimson Alley Viper. I just knew it was a red and black deco. And I just like the fact that they've kind of incorporated an Alley Viper into the Crimson team, which seems to be like a massive thing at the moment, doesn't it? It's based on Pursuit of Cobra, Jonathan. Yes, and absolutely, no doubt about it. Like down to like the stripes on the legs and the shield. I think it looks gorgeous in this deco. I haven't given it a proper once over in terms of build. I'm sure it's just a standard repaint, but there could be differences. I don't know. Again, like I said, I have not pored over these images. I'm sure it's just a redeco, this one. But yeah, there's a couple of interesting aspects to this as well. Obviously, they're keeping the theme with the Walmart theme, so they're in this kind of like very lush jungle. I'm guessing near a cave that's got these crystals, these dark energon crystals. The mole rats are obviously suffering a little bit, trying to like mine these, or at least, you know, check to see if the area is okay. They're sort of a bit of a leaky soup brigade, aren't they? But yeah, so obviously a lot of people thought that we were getting well, okay, let me clear this up. So there was talk that the leak said Zombie Viper, And that wasn't the case. It was in actual fact a mole rat with zombie tendencies, which we'll get to that later. We'll get to that when we get to it. I'll cover all that information in a little while. That's why I always kind of said like zombie related, not zombie viper. That's what I kind of said that a lot. And you guys, if you didn't pick up on that hint, then I don't know what to tell you. Good commander, people are saying that the red version of this alley viper will make a good alley viper commander. And yeah, you've got a good point there. Absolutely. So anyway, you know, your standard issue box art, loving the box art of the actual art piece in there as well, with the that small little tiny little art piece, and that's very cool. And the renderer figure is sensational on that. It looks fantastic. So much better than I thought it would be, honestly. Because again, you know, when you just hear like, you know, it's going to be a redeco, unless it's something dramatic like, you know, unless it's something dramatic like a Tiger Force repaint or a Python Patrol repaint, you know, like I wasn't sure how good it would be, and it's phenomenal for an alley viper. It's great. And there's a shot of the actual figure itself. It does look to be, I think, guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it does look to be a complete redeco. And yeah, the interesting thing that I didn't pick up on the first image, but I'm picking up now. Sorry, I did know about it, but I've only just mentioned it now, is the theme connectivity for the Night Force. Have you noticed on the visor, there's like a toxic logo, like a hazardous materials logo. With that said, I like how they've kind of incorporated these guys into the zombified Dark Energon scenario. That's all very, very cool. So yeah, love it. Sorry, yeah, we'll get to Shooter in a second, Rachel. Absolutely. I'm trying to keep an eye on comments. Thank you, Adam, for letting people know it's the 18th. I appreciate that as well. Pavements Carver says Night Force Shockwave next. Well, he has been leaked. I don't think we'll see him like really soon. I think this is what we're getting for Walmart Collecticon. In all honesty, but that's not to say we won't get them like, you know, later in the year, which is very, very likely, of course. Yeah. So Alley Viper looks very dope in this kind of gear, and I like I said, love the tie-in with that little logo. And then you've got the product shots, which are just phenomenal. Now it looks like the mole rats have turned, and obviously are kind of like attacking the alley viper there, and he's kind of got his machine gun in the shield on there, which is pretty cool. I like that. Very cool. And then you've got the team of them kind of running through the tunnels there. Again, you can see. Yeah, we have had enough of Crimson for a while, haven't we, Adam? Big time. It seems to be a lot of Crimson at the moment. We've got a bit more Crimson to come as well. Crown says I prefer the orange version. I mean, you know, totally. I mean, there you go. You can. I mean, you're always going to have a preference between certain decos, aren't you? And I think I'm drawn to this one because of I don't know, just there's something very, very cool about it. What else are we saying? I want a Sigma 6 Snake Eyes and I'll die on that hill. Totally, Jody. Go for it. Don't literally die on the hill, but yeah, I hope you do get a Sigma 6 Snake Eyes version. Yeah, so let's continue with the images. We've got quite a lot to get through, haven't we? This is where we see that logo very nice and kind of close up. And also, I love the fact that we get a good shot of the interior of the shield as well, with the kind of. It looks like there's been a change in tempo on there as well. I'd have to have a look at the Alley Viper one again because it's been so long since I actually looked at that shield. I don't know if that is different or not. Let me know in the comments, please, guys. It's a lot easier for you to look at that stuff, you know, on the fly. The mole rats give me vibes of the Hazard Vipers. Yep, we'll talk about that in a second, Matt. Big time. I agree with you, though, 100%. It's like a mixture of a number of different ideas, isn't it? But yeah, we will definitely get to that in a second. And then, of course, we've got this shot finally for the Alley Vipers, showing them kind of like in sort of different guises with the mask up and the mask down. This is a winner for me. This is a winner Alley Viper dinner. What? Are you going to eat alley vipers? That sounds weird and gross and horrible. Excuse me. Get some energy. Yeah. So that is alley viper, which is what they say in France. It's not. Next, we have Jody Shooter Craig. Again, or Craig. I don't know how you guys pronounce that. You say Craigslist, so we would say Craigslist in the UK. The mole rats will eat the alley viper. Yes, Jonathan, that's actually a good point. So, Night Force Shooter. This is cool as all sorts of fudge. I would have said the other F word, but this is just dope. Like, wow. So yeah, we've only talked about the alley viper so far, Leon, and we just got to Shooter. So yeah, if you want, you can go back later and watch it if you want. Let's talk about Shooter, because this is such an interesting, different, updated vibe to this character, and I'm so glad they didn't just go with a bland, like, not saying that figure's bland necessarily, the 50th anniversary one. Don't get me wrong, I do like that figure, but I love the fact that they've gone all out with this character, given her all sorts of different, like, I don't know, looks and textures and like gear and secondaries, and she looks wicked. I love the sneakers. I think like the sneakers are dope, like all flayed out at the bottom. Just the coolest. When I saw the, this is obviously we're looking at the packaging images at the moment. So obviously, again, we're in that kind of, she's kind of getting a bit closer to the cave. It looks like some of the shots of like the range viper and the alley viper are in the kind of like the sunshine of the, you know, like an opening near the cave. This image kind of looks like she's getting a bit closer to the cave opening, and it's a bit darker. I kind of like that as well. And obviously, haven't had a chance to pore over the packaging images, but I will do when I get home, and I will share anything that I see. And I'm sure it's already been going around the web anyway, that, you know, any homages or background stuff. But it kind of feels like some of these things are already noted. Like the mole rat was a big homage in the background of other previous promo shots. So it's almost like we're kind of coming full circle. Not to say that we're not going to get other images and stuff, but you could use those sneakers on Nunchuck, Chris. Yeah, not sure if you could. Actually, I wonder if that would work. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens. They might be slightly smaller in size. Yeah, 2020 Dustin Shooter looks amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, I've got to admit, she looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I love this figure. There's also, okay, let's get to the rest of her. On the back of the card, we can see she's got is that like henna tattoos or just tattoos in general? That's pretty cool as well. Like, and we've got this nice little, like, it's almost like a little display on her secondary on the front. As you look at her top right chest of the secondary, there's like a little dial, or like I don't know what it is, like a little display. It's really cool. There's a better picture of it in the product shots, which we'll get in a second. Definitely, this is what I'm going to say. Yeah, Charlotte, this is what I'm going to say next. When I saw this image of her on the left, I instantly thought, oh, that's a little bit Fortnite. But I don't think it really does. It's odd, because I don't think it does the figure justice in a weird way. I know, like, on a white background, it's a lot clearer. You can see a lot of the style, the silhouette, the design, and everything. And I think it's more the massive gun. Do you know what I mean? But there's definitely a Fortnite vibe to her. Definitely when I first saw the image. But when I look in the details of the figure and everything, I just love what they've done here. Like, the color's awesome. You know, like, I like that kind of lighter green and the kind of like browny green on the secondaries, and the kind of thigh, kind of almost like a mint color, isn't it? Like, it's really nice. And yeah, I'm just vibing on this figure a lot. She comes with the massive rifle, very obviously, very what's the word? Shooter. It's her name. But she also gets a cool gas mask and a different hairstyle to put on as well, which is wicked. So 2 different hair pieces, and of course the gas mask. And she gets a knife, which goes in the top left of her secondary, in the sheath. She's got the pistol that goes in the holster, and then there's that thing. I don't know what that thing is, guys. Can you tell me what that thing is, please? I'm being an idiot. What's the thing on the bottom of the weapon loadout to the bottom right? What is that? Is that something for the rifle? And I just can't work out what it is. Let me know. I will get back to that if you can identify what it is. Why can't I identify what that is? Am I being an idiot? I mean, I am probably being an idiot. It's for the rifle. Great. Do we know what it's for specifically on the rifle? I can't see it attached or anything. Anyway, okay. I think we'll get a repaint. Oh, hey Mark. Hey Cully. How's it going, buddy? Just the usual drop in and say hey Chris and all. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Now you can bugger off because you're not interested in this. I know you're not. Oh, it's a backpack. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, right. I see now. It's a peg to go in the back that pegs into the rifle. I see. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. I'm just being an idiot. So thank you. Yeah, I think it's to attach to the backpack. Oh, it pegs in between the ammo, says Adam. Is that right? When people said it was a backpack, it just made sense that it's a backpack. You've got the peg on the top for the back, and then you've got the peg and the clip on for the actual rifle. So I think it's probably that. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's the clips are gone. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Mark says, live again, Chris. This is hilarious. I know it's hilarious for you, maybe. Yeah, and then into the back. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that, mate. I didn't realize what you were talking about, sir. So thank you for. I see what you mean now. That's where it goes on the rifle to then clip on the back. I see. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not intelligent enough to work out what that is. So that's great. Thank you, guys. This is why we crowdsource. Yeah. And then we've got the wonderful images, and there's the actual backpack peg in action. I could have just gone to the next image, couldn't I? Really, that's exactly what I could have done. I don't know. I'm really vibing on this character. I think she looks phenomenal. It's a great head sculpt. Plastic Battles, absolutely. Hello, Paul, buddy. Leon says it's clip a wig to a vest. Away, Stephen. Yeah, it's a wig clip. It's for that extra wig. Amazing. Mr. Cheeseburger says this is so amazing. They always do something that makes me want every figure. Yeah, same. Yeah, I've got the image, Slave. It's just I'm an idiot. I could have gone forward one and seen it actually in action, and I'm an idiot. It's okay. I'm an idiot. We've established that. Again, I haven't had a great opportunity to really pour into the images. I think there's a mole rat in the background there of that second image. I think it is. I could just look on my phone, maybe. Did I even download it? Probably not. No, I didn't actually. I haven't shared those images yet, so I'm kind of doing it now. Anyway, brilliant stuff. Next, again, more shots of Shooter kind of, just chilling out in the tunnel. Different hairpiece on in the second image. Brilliant, so cool. Even with just a few accessories, it's not a massive loadout. It is not a massive loadout by any means, but there's a lot going on here still. Especially what my favorite part of it, the gas mask. Look how cool that is. Yeah, this is cool. And yeah, so the rifle's got the removable magazine, obviously, that's just cool. The pistol, the knife, everything in there. Yeah, cool, awesome. Very, very nice indeed. By the way, sorry, the reason I kind of do this and kind of talk through it is because I haven't really looked at the images myself yet. Amazing, isn't it? This weapon will be amazing with the Baroness. Could be possible, right? Cheers from Brazil. Oficina dos Joes. How you doing, buddy? I always feel like I'm butchering the pronunciation of that. Oficina? Is it? I'm so bad. Let me know. If it's pronounce it out in the comments, just so I know that I'm not an idiot. Lighter highlights in the hair on the back. Yeah, I haven't. Let's have a look. I missed a few of those shots. I can't really see it. I'm gonna have to have a better look at. Oh yeah, I see it in that one. Yeah, I see it in that one. Thank you very much. Why don't they give it alternate heads that you can't lose instead of wig pieces? Raw talk, real deal. I'll tell you why. Because it's a cost issue. Tooling space in a tooling thing as well. So I think it's just easier for them to do that. And it is probably less in terms of having to do another head sculpt. So I think they just do that for that reason. I think it's just tooling space. Let me know in the comments. You might have a different take on that. They'll be available on Pulse for a short period, Pavement, yes, as are all of their shared exclusives. They always go up on the same day that they go up, and time that they go up for, like Walmart. They'll be up on, what's the word? Pulse, yeah. Short, but small amounts. So remember that. They will not be in large quantities, shall we say. I am really dragging this out, aren't I? Because we're still not at the piece de resistance yet of the mole rats, but we'll get there in a second. And to be honest, the hair pieces are pretty solid. Yeah, I don't have an issue with those, honestly. But to answer your question, I believe it's just a cost issue on that one. But it's a nice way around it, I think. We'll get to that in a second. Paul, I'm going to just star that particular comment so I remember to go back to it in a second. Yeah, because you've said something about the mole rats, which you'll get to in a second. Officina, I did get it right. Thank you. It means car tank shop in Portuguese. That's amazing. Car/tank shop. Brilliant. They're sold out, Samuel, because they're not up yet. This is a preview. The listings are there, but they don't go up until the 18th. So don't worry. They're gonna stay out of stock because they're not live yet. Do not worry. Yeah, and ordering from Walmart is a pain as well. Like, yeah, if you want, I mean, you'll probably get them delivered in some sort of paper bag via carrier pterodactyl or flaming trebuchet, vintage trebuchet, not even one they've made recently. Like, we're talking like a medieval trebuchet that they then light the bag on fire and just launch to your general direction. So you have to go and probably drive about 20 miles to go pick it up. That's how bad some Walmart are when it comes to shipping stuff. Okay, so sorry, I think I'm all caught up now. Let's move into the mole rat. This is so much fun. So I love it. So the description I got was that it's sort of a hazardy viper type look, and they also have a zombie head. That was the description, okay, that I was working with. So I was trying to work out just how that would like marry up with this particular character. And that's why I was kind of hinting at, you might not be a zombie viper, it might just, that kind of thing. So effectively it's more of a zombie rat than it is a zombie viper or a zombie mole. Anyway, so it comes with some very interesting gear, this one. There's a drill up there. Can you see that drill? That's so cool. There's a Geiger counter, there's a lantern, like he's in the 1930s walking through a cave. There's some cool stuff with this. There's some stuff I can't quite work out. I think it's a backpack, actually. Yeah, it's a cool backpack that I couldn't work out. And there's some sort of like, I don't know if they're like blasters of some description, but they look cool, man. There's some cool stuff on here. Anyway, the zombie head is pretty dope as well. And even though I starred it, I can't find it. Plastic battles. I noticed in some photos, the mole rats' crystals coming out of their heads is all purple, and others it looks green in parts. Glow in the dark paint? Not sure. Don't know, to be perfectly honest. That would be cool, but I don't know if that is the case. Honestly, would be pretty cool though, wouldn't it? Walmart shipping hired Ace Ventura. Yeah, it's kicking it down the street. Absolutely. Anyway, yeah. So this figure looks great. So in this particular background, again, I couldn't quite see anything at first glance, but that's not to say that there's not something packed in there somewhere to kind of have a look at. They call out obviously the gas mask head on the side there, and also that kind of little dial on the secondary on the chest. They've kind of zoomed in on as little detail to highlight. So let's have a look at this loadout. I think it looks great. It is a mixture, isn't it, of like zombie viper, hazard viper, zombie. I keep saying zombie, but there's like a mixture, isn't there, of like elements and ideas. Airtight is a good shout. That is a good shout. That could be an airtight body. That is a very good shout. Airtight or Lightfoot. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care if it's boring you. I'm going to keep saying Lightfoot as if it's in my head. But yeah, that could be an Airtight, very possibly. Anyway, yeah, looks really cool. The zombie head is dark in it. I mean, it's like that thing growing out of its head, really, really harsh. But it has got that Hazard Viper vibe. I love the deco, the orange and blue. The accessories are awesome. You've got the gas mask that clips into the chest piece secondary, which is brilliant. Like the little pipe clips in there, so it connects to that. It's a light. It looks like a halogen beam light. He's got a Geiger counter. He's got a drill. The backpack also seems to have connection into the gas mask as well, with that little pipe off the back of it. And then there's those two little kind of almost like blaster type things that got, maybe they click together. I don't know, but just awesome. I'll ask some questions about this. Like, do these two bottom right pieces connect? Or I could just look at the images and see if that helps me. Yeah. So it looks like the drill connects to that and that connects to that. So it looks like that kind of handle piece is, the handle piece is like a main connector and everything kind of locks into it. Man, that's fun, isn't it? That's freaking awesome. That drill looks insane when it's all connected up. Yeah, I'm digging that a lot. The little lights even got a little light around it. I like that. Was good. Whoever did the photography for that, which I'm guessing was shooting the Galaxy, I love that. Randy, no, it's not sold out. It's not active yet. The listings are just up there in advance of the 18th. Okay, they don't go live until the 18th. They will say sold out until then. Okay, cool. The figure reminds me of something from horror, not for me, but my son loves it, so I'll pick up at least one, says Sean. That's pretty cool. I know that you're not a fan of it, but if the kid is, you still have to get it, so it's in your collection still. Rachel says battle kata drill. Yeah, absolutely. It's very much the stuff that Rise of Cobra, no, Retaliation Roadblock had, big time. Yeah, we won't have window boxes again, guys, until spring. So we're going to have these. We're going to have these packages, this packaging until the spring of 2024. Okay, so whenever we see new figures, this is the packaging we're gonna get in the near future. We won't see the new packaging for a while. Okay, right. So that, and then obviously they show a shot of the back of, so you see the backpack, and the lantern hangs from it as well, which is pretty cool. I didn't notice that before. So the lantern hooks onto the bottom of the backpack. There's a little loop there. And I suppose you can put the Geiger counter on that as well if you wanted. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we've got some shots of them being zombies, which is, there's the green in there that you were mentioning, Paul. Could be the way it's lit, or it's lit, bruv. It's absolutely lit. Or it could be, like you say, there could be some sort of, like, I don't know, glow in the dark or color change or something. Who knows? It'd be cool if the head was a little color change in like the sunlight or something. That'd be pretty wicked. But we know they have the technology. Amazing stuff. And then finally, we got these shots of the mole rat with the gas mask and all the gear and everything. And you can see that like one big kind of handle section is like the main thing that everything else connects to, which is wicked. So I really love this. I'm kind of besotted with this mole rat. It's way more than I expected. It's way more interesting. Crystal Meth Viper, I like that. It's way better than I could have imagined, genuinely. Like, I was thinking like, oh, maybe it'll be like a zombie viper, very similar to the one we had, which wouldn't have been a problem. That would have been cool. Like, that zombie viper is a dope figure from the 4-inch modern line. But the way they've incorporated all those other aspects of like the Hazard Viper, there's a hint of zombie viper not zombie viper, a hint of toxo viper. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a hint of toxo viper in there as well, especially with the like the leaky suit brigade idea, and the fact that maybe their gear isn't quite up to standard, and that's why up to code, and that's why they're all infected. even being around, you know, what is obviously highly volatile dark energon. But yeah, and it makes me worried about the other characters on the cover who are standing right next to those dark energon crystals. They could all be zombies. Could you imagine that? They did a whole zombie line. I think this might be one of those things where it's like they'll do like a little fun little narrative nod. Will we see it on other figures? I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to, I guess. But I don't know. I do would love the thought, or I would love it if they did Toxo Viper, Airtight, Sludge Viper, etc. Sam, I know you're mentioning all those in the comments. I'd love it if they did those based on this body, because this body is really cool. It's a stocky one, isn't it, as well? Let's have a look at it. I'll show. Yeah, there you go. That's the best one to look at it. It kind of looks like a Ghostbuster uniform. It's wearing a Ghostbuster uniform, but in different colors. Although they did have that kind of like bluish one, didn't they, in Ghostbusters 2, when they were doing the montage of them doing stuff on the TV. Anyway, yeah, so really cool. I am so down for these figures, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this mole rat turned out. Yeah, so that kind of brings us up to speed with Yojo July so far. Oh my god, this is constant, isn't it? Like, I knew SDCC was going to be like a bit intense, and there was going to be a lot of stuff to, you know, be revealed and everything. We had Chuckles the other day for Classified. We had, you know, obviously the HasLab is still moving forward. You know, and now obviously we've got these 3 absolute bangers of figures that have just been revealed by Walmart. Do you know, I will, like, cards on the table, genuinely, like, I knew this was coming, but I have to say I'm way more excited seeing it now and being like, damn, like the Alley Viper, when I had like Alley Viper redeck, I'm like, okay, cool. It's a cool figure. Like, I'm cool with that. And you know, when I knew what was the mole rat was a kind of about, I was like, nice. I'll like, look forward to seeing that. But didn't really, you know, based on the images we saw of them in the background of Tunnel Rats promo shots, I was kind of like, okay, neat idea. Can't wait to see them. But all the gear they come with is just made it so much more fun and featureful. Like, and the secondary's dope. And I even talk about the pouches that go around the waist, the lower torso. That's really neat. And again, bulks them out, makes them way more interesting. And yeah, and then of course Shooter, who is just, again, I just expected sort of a scaled up version of the original 4-inch figure. I say the original 4-inch figure, the 50th anniversary figure, and instead we get this banger, absolute banger. So yeah, just amazing stuff. And yeah, just to kind of like, you know, show off the Alley Viper as well before we go. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. 3 crackers, 3 Christmas crackers in July. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at the comments as well as we're going. Yeah, Walmart's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. We all know what to expect. Hopefully it will improve. Who knows? I don't. Well, they haven't improved, because I know the last lot of things that were delivered, I want to say Retro, Snake Eyes, and Crimson Guard started making their ways out, and they were literally just destroyed for a lot of people in the way they were delivered. At least these are in like the boxes and they're not on the cards, so we might get a little bit, you know, you might get lucky. I got lucky with one Walmart order where it came in a box with internal like blow up little squidgy recycling pouches. So I was really surprised. What time will they drop in the UK? It says Windblade. So they drop on the 18th. I want to say, what was it? I can't remember hang on. I've got the thing up here, which won't tell me anything because it doesn't tell me anything. It's Walmart Collecticon I want. Let's just get the time so that you are fully aware of what's going on. To some degree, we're not quite sure either, but it kicks off on the 18th at what time did they say? It's all changed now, so I kind of like looking at the sneak peek rather than the page that tells you when to expect it. But it starts in 5 days, 18 hours, and 6 minutes exactly. Now 59, 5 minutes, 50. You know, you get the idea. So can't remember the time though. Does anyone remember that? You're probably telling me in StreamYard while I'm looking at that. No one is. Anyway, it's like in the morning. It's like 10 a.m. or something like that, I think, or 9 a.m. Something along those lines. I will double check on that, but I'm sure that. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, so it just says starts July 18th. That's all. We don't have a time. So I would expect maybe 9 a.m. Eastern. Go 9 a.m. Eastern, which would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys in the UK. I think because it's always been in the morning previously. But I actually might have some extra information on this and might be able to get a time if you bear with me 2 seconds, because again, I can't multitask, can I? Or multitask. So also, by the way, what I can divulge now is the internal code words for these guys. So Mole Rat is Flaubert, Baudelaire is Alley Viper, and Wes Hugo. Well, they're all Wes, but Hugo is Shooter. So we have a time, I believe. Yeah, it would be 10 a.m. Eastern, which would be 3 p.m. UK. Okay, that is when to expect it. So 10 a.m. Eastern is probably when these go up on warm up and possibly Pulse as well. Well, definitely Pulse as well. 18th thrown in, X33. The 18th, July, 6 days, right? Well, exactly not. It's actually, I had it a second ago. I always keep forgetting where I am. 5 days, 18 hours, 3 minutes, and 48, 47, 46 seconds. Right then. Okay, that's everything, I believe. I'm going to call it a day so I can go home. But before that, absolutely crazy day, right? Absolutely crazy day. One more thing about the mole rats. Let's talk about the description that is given to the mole rats. Thank you, Justin Bell, by the way. You just sent me this. While Cobra headhunts top scientists and researchers from across the globe, less qualified recruits wind up as mole rats. Quarriers and miners seeking new energy sources to power Cobra's war machine. Extracting deposits of volatile dark energon has sparked certain troopers to become mindless husks bent on destroying anything in their path. Cool, huh? That sounds really cool. Anyway, I do like the kind of world building with Classified at the moment. I'm really enjoying the narratives on these. Anyway, that is all she wrote. We did a decent amount of time on that one. Obviously, we'll be back probably in the next few minutes with the next massive reveal. I'm also going to double check to see if Super 7 haven't screwed me over and revealed something else as well while I've been on here. Obviously, they have revealed a few things since I did the stream. And yes, they have. So now we've got the MP as well, which I didn't realize had gone up half an hour ago. So I'm going to multitask that in the outro of this show, and people are still watching. Unbelievable. Thank you for all your comments, guys. Really appreciate all of the support and all of the fun and all the discussion. It's all great. I've been called a mindless husk, says Leon Jama. Haven't we all, mate? Haven't we all? I don't know. Have we? Just going to quickly do another retweet because it's non-stop around here. Yeah, so Super 7 have also revealed their variant MP, which I'm just going to read out while we're on. Any G.I. Joe MP knows that they may not garner much glory even at Comic-Con. The SDCC edition G.I. Joe reaction figure of a G.I. Joe MP depicts the invaluable member of the Joes reporting for duty, available at the Super 7. I don't know what's variant about it. I'll have to look at both figures. But anyway, we've got a variant. What do you call it? For SDCC. And I know that was already shown anyway, kind of in the other image. But they have been dropping like updates and reveals like constantly. So anyway, brilliant stuff. Hope you've had fun. I've had fun looking at all this stuff. I mean, man, the summer for G.I. Joe, I mean, it is like a G.I. Joe summer, isn't it? Is what it should be named. It should be Yo-Jo Summer, is what it should be called, because it just feels like June is the never-ending story, and then July continues the story. It's like the never-ending story to the continuance. That's what it feels like. But June-Lie, I like that, Adam. I like that a lot. Yo-Jo June-Lie. That's why we get on. The line has turned my bank account into a husk. Absolutely, Charlotte. Same with everybody, I think. Yeah. I'm knackered. I'm gonna call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on the next burst or video or weekly or whatever it may be. I'll see you on the next one. Stay fresh, all of you cheese bags. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And I will see you, like I said, on the next one. You know what to do. After 3, 1, 2, 3, full Night Force. See what I did there? That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.